If you've noticed your wife acting differently lately, being more distant or critical of things you say or do, it may not necessarily be about you doing or saying something wrong. In fact, what you are seeing may actually be her testing something deeper, your emotional strength and masculine presence in the relationship. When a woman tests her partner, she's unconsciously asking, can I trust this man to stay steady? Can he handle my emotions without collapsing? And does he have a strong core even when I'm not feeling safe? In this video, I'm going to show you 3 signs she's testing your masculinity and exactly how to respond in a way that builds respect and attraction. By the end, you'll see these situations differently and understand how to show up without taking anything personally, which will help draw her in instead of pushing her away. And if your marriage is currently in a tough spot and you're on the brink of losing it, I built a free masterclass that lays out the step-by-step framework to help you get back on track in your relationship and help you lead a thriving life. The link to that free masterclass is in the description below. So here is sign number 1. She is acting cold or withdrawn. You start to notice she's suddenly distant and is giving you shorter answers to your questions. She may also seem preoccupied or even indifferent to anything you say or do. Or she comes home from work and sits on the couch scrolling on Instagram or Facebook and basically gives you one-word answers to anything you say to her. Here's the key. This is rarely about punishment of you by her. It's actually her way of testing your emotional steadiness. Think of it like those shaky suspension bridges over a canyon. She's walking across the bridge and it's becoming more shaky and a little bit rickety. She doesn't step off or run back to the other side. Instead, she grabs the 2 sides and gives it a bit of a shake. Now, she wants to know if the bridge is going to hold. That bridge is you. When she steps back emotionally, she's checking, will you collapse under pressure into the bottom of that canyon, causing her to fall off with you? Or will you keep your composure and just absorb the swaying and hold steady for her? The masculine leader's response is to stand solid, steady, and calm without trying to manipulate or control how she is feeling. So next time she withdraws, keep your internal state calm and hold your frame. Let your calm presence do the work. Try quietly thinking to yourself, I can handle this. I won't collapse. She is safe with me here, even if she doesn't see it yet. That steadiness works in a magnetic fashion to the mirror neurons that are in her brain. This communicates security at a level that words cannot reach. That brings us to sign number 2 that she is testing your masculinity. She's critical or snaps at you over small things. You noticed recently she's become more snappy or overly critical on a bunch of things that you think are minor. She is annoyed because you haven't taken the trash out. Or she rolls her eyes and says, why can't you ever load the dishwasher properly? The reality is she isn't testing the speed you take out the garbage or the quality you stack the pots in the dishwasher. She's testing your response under pressure. Think of her criticisms as fire alarms going off in a building. There's alarms going off all over the place, and your instinct might be to panic and run around and try and fix every single alarm, or yell at the system overall and just tell the alarms to shut up. Obviously, those don't work on fire alarms, and those strategies won't work with your wife either. What matters is how you handle the alarm calmly and competently. When she criticizes, your goal isn't to defend, explain, or prove yourself. Your goal is to stay emotionally stable and aligned with your values. For example, instead of snapping back at her and getting defensive, or equally as bad, apologizing excessively even though you don't think you did anything wrong, but you just don't want to upset her or rock her boat, so you apologize and apologize, you can say calmly, I hear you're frustrated. I want to understand. Let's discuss this when we can both be calm. When you show up in that manner, that communicates a steady, calm presence that is showing her respect, but even more importantly, respecting yourself and your values of not collapsing or giving in to unstable triggers or behavior. Over time, this makes her feel internally safe and respected, and her nervous system responds to that by trusting you more and more, and it's an attraction builder towards you. And finally, sign number 3 is she pulls away from you when you open up to her. This one confuses a lot of men. You start opening up to her emotionally and you're sharing honestly about how you feel about a bunch of different things, and you get really, really comfortable in doing so. And instead of leaning in and responding how you think she would, you notice she kind of steps back a bit. You tell her you've been stressed at work, and instead of leaning in, she suddenly seems distracted, again, on her phone or whatever. Most men interpret this as rejection, but the reality is she's not rejecting vulnerability per se, she's testing the stability in your vulnerability. I'll give you a canyon related example again, but think of it like a tightrope walk over a canyon. If you wobble or fall, she can't trust crossing the rope with you, she's not gonna hop on. But if you move with calm confidence like you've been there before, she's gonna feel safe to follow your lead and step closer. The key is grounded vulnerability. You need to have a plan when you share your feelings. We all get the TV shows and movies now saying, yes, men should just pour their heart out and be all emotional about it and everything they're dealing with, and she's going to console you and fix whatever it is for you and be that leader. That is incorrect. You need to be stable in sharing your vulnerabilities and also have a plan on how to handle those vulnerabilities without blaming her, without needing her to fix any of them, and without getting into a neediness pattern of just relying on her now for your emotional state. So for example, if you notice distance starting to grow between you more and more lately, you can say, hey, I've noticed some distance between us and I want to show up better. I'm sharing this because I want to own my part, not because I'm blaming you or want you to fix it for us. This communicates to her that you are self-led. You're not dependent on her taking the lead and fixing any of the distance between you, and you are also strong enough to handle your emotions and hers. That is the kind of masculine energy that actually builds trust and draws her in. So to wrap this up and put a bow on it, the 3 signs she's testing you and what they mean are cold or withdrawn behavior, where she's testing your emotional steadiness, small criticisms or snapping, where she tests to see if you're calm under pressure, and pulling away when you open up more, where she's testing to see if your vulnerability is grounded. Your new perspective should be, she's not trying to control you or hurt you. She's unconsciously seeking a stable masculine presence that she can rely on. When you understand this, you can start working on showing up with identity level strength. Like I mentioned, if your marriage is on the brink right now, you need a path to become the leader it needs. In my free masterclass, I walk you through the exact proven roadmap I use with men in crisis to rebuild their marriage step by step. These are proven principles that help you become the man she can trust again. It's free, the link is below in the description, and if you're serious about saving your marriage, that is your next step. But the longer you wait, the more distance will start to grow. Take action now. Click the link, watch the masterclass, and start leading differently in your marriage and in your life today. If this video helped you reframe her behavior and understand how to respond in a grounded way, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone else who may need it. I'll see you in the next episode.